Good morning, friends. I am Dr. Tarun Gupta, Associate Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, GL Bajaj Institute of Technology and Management, Greater Noida. Today, we start our fourth lecture of Energy Conservation and Management, Unit 5th. Friends, the syllabus is provided by our University AKTU Lucknow. Syllabus is Energy Economics, Discount Period, Payback Period, Internal Rate of Return, Net Present Value, Life Cycle Costing, and ESCO concepts. So friends, today we discuss internal rate of return. Internal rate of return is the method to calculate the rate of return that the investment is expected to yield. The internal rate of return, or we can say IRR in short form, the method expresses each investment alternative in terms of rate of return. A compound interest rate. Friends, whenever we have options to invest our money in any one project out of 2 or 3 projects, we have option, we have 2-3 projects and we have to invest only in one. So friends, before investing, we always make calculation the rate of return. Whenever we are making the calculations, we always consider compound interest rate, because whenever you are getting a fund or loan from any bank, the bank will charge you compound rate of interest on your loan, or if you are doing any investment in the bank. So whenever you calculate rate of return, you always calculate compound rate of interest. The expected rate of return is the interest rate for which total discount benefit becomes just equal to the total discounted cost, or net present benefit or net annual benefits are equal to 0, or for which the benefit or cost ratio equal to 1. The criteria for selection among alternative is to choose the investment with the highest rate of return. Friends, highest rate of return is required because if there is a highest rate of return, you can recover your money in very short span of time, or you can start your profit. The rate of return is usually calculated by a process of trial and error. There is no set formula whereby the net cash flow is computed for various discount rates until its value is reduces to 0. So friends, there is no set formula. We are using hit and trial method, and we compute for various discount rate unless we are getting our rate of return, our investment. The internal rate of return of a project is the discount rate which makes its net present value, or NPV, which we will discuss later, equal to 0. It is a discount rate in the equation 0 equal to CF0 divided by 1 plus K whole raised to 0 plus CF1 divided by 1 plus K whole raised to 1 plus, and so on up to the N. Or in short, we can say summation, where T equal to 0 to N, CFT divided by 1 plus K whole raised to T, where CFT is the cash flow at the end of year T, K is a discount rate, and is the life of project. Then in first term, we have mentioned CF0, CF0. CF0 means cash flow at the end of year when T equal to 0. So friends, when T equal to 0, there is no return, only there is investment. So there is outflow, cash flow out from the industry or organization. So it will be minus, rest will be plus. What are the uses of internal rate of return? Friends, saving and loans. See, internal rate of return in the context of saving and loans, it is called as effective interest rate. Friends, if we are taking a loan from the bank for the project, we can repay it easily if we know the rate of return. Or friends, if we are using our savings to start to install that project. So we can easily calculate what is the expected rate of return on our savings. Profitability of an investment. Corporations or companies use internal rate of return in capital budgeting to compare the profitability of capital projects in terms of rate of return. Let we are taking an example. A corporation will compare an investment in a new plant versus an extension of an existing plant based on IRR of each project. Friends, there are two options for that organization, whether they can invest in a new plant or whether they make an extension in the existing plant. To maximize return, the higher project's internal rate of return, the more desirable it is to undertake the project. To maximize the return, the project with the highest internal rate of return would be considered the best and undertaken first. Friends, though if there is no limitation, if there is no compulsion from the government, then you calculate the internal rate of return and the project in which you are getting maximum rate of return, you prefer that project. Maximizing net present value. The internal rate of return is an indicator of the profitability, efficiency, quality, or yield of an investment. This is in contrast with the net present value, which is an indicator of the net value or magnitude added by making an investment. Applying the internal rate of return method to maximize the value of the firm, any investment would be accepted if its profitability is greater than a minimum acceptable rate of return. Friends, whenever we are starting a new project, we always calculate that after all the expenditure and after clearing the EMIs of the loan, there should be a minimum rate of return. So if there is a minimum rate of return, then we can accept the project. The appropriate minimum return to maximize the value added to the firm is the cost of capital. That is, rate of return of a new capital project needs to be higher than the company's cost of capital. This is because only an investment with an internal rate of return has a positive net present value. Friends, net present value is the value of the project in the current year. So, however, the selection of investment may be subject to budget constraint, or there may be mutually exclusive competing project, or the capacity or ability to manage more projects may be practically limited. In the example discussed above of corporation comparing an investment in a new plant to an extension of an existing plant, there may be reason the company would not engage in both projects. Yes. Let's say there is a government regulation or environmental regulation, or there is a land problem. You cannot expand your plant in parallel. You cannot install a new plant, or there may be some other restrictions. So you have to reject both the option, and you have to invest in some other type of business also. So you have to you have to maximize the net present value, you have to maximize your profit, you have to reduce your loan, you have to maximize your savings, and you have to check your fixed income. The same method is also used to calculate yield to maturity and yield to called. Friends, we must know what are our fixed income in the next years. So if we have a calculation of internal rate of return, we can calculate the next incomes for next years. Liability, both the internal rate of return and the net present value can be applied to liability as well as investment. For a liability, a lower internal rate of return is preferable to a higher one. Friends, if we have some liability, so we will clear those liability with the passage of the time. In parallel, there must be some saving to the organizations. So you have to make a balance between liability and rate of return. capital management. Friends, corporation use internal rate of return to evaluate share issues and stock buyback programs. A share repurchase proceed if returning capital to shareholder has a higher rate of return than candidate capital investment project or acquisition project at current market price. Friends, if a person purchase the share of the company, let's say at a rate of 12 rupees per unit, and industry or corporation is giving an offer of buyback the share at higher price than that purchase price, then some of the investors may buy back, may surrender the shares to the organization. Friends, if you know the annual return, internal rate of return in the next years, you can have very good capital management. You can have planning for funding new projects. You can have planning to clear the debts. You can have planning for further extension. You can have planning for better working facility of their employees. Funding new projects by raising new debt may also involve measuring the cost of the new debt in terms of the yield to maturity, that is internal rate of return. Private equity, internal rate of return is also used for private equity from the limited partner's perspective as a measure of the general partner's performance as investment manager. This is because it is general partner who control the cash flow, including the limited partners' drawdowns of the committed capital. Friends, the matter for this topic has been taken from the internet. The sources are mentioned in each slides. So friends, thank you for listening this topic. You are advised to give your comments and help us to improve the quality of the video lectures. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much, friends.